friends, Naf here with another video for you today, bringing you another episode of my Improving at CSGO series. Today we are going to be talking about pre-aiming. So pre-aiming on a map such as Dust 2, and this works for all maps that you play, whether it's competitive, casual, any map in CSGO, there are pre-aim spots when you come around corners that you want to be focusing your crosshair on. So in the first episode we talked about crosshair placement, keeping it on head height. I figured that this would go hand in hand with that because when you come around corners, you want to be aiming where you think the opponent is going to be. In that first episode, I talked about how keeping your crosshair on head height would be good at entry fragging. Well, here's how it goes. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to be showing you Dust 2, Long, and A site. The reason I chose this is because it's one of the most popular maps, if not the most popular map in CSGO, and it's just something that would be easy to relate to because this is what a lot of the new players will end up playing at some point. So pre-aiming basically is just coming around the corner and keeping your crosshair where you think there's going to be an enemy, where a common spot is for enemies to sit and wait and pre-aim you. So for instance, a common pre-aim spot for the CTs is to sit at this corner and wait for the Ts to come through the long doors. Most times they might have an op just sitting here trained on you ready to go. Other times you might have an AK or an M4 or whatever gun they have. But it's a common spot for them to sit. So what you want to do is learn the pre-aim spots, the very common ones, and even the not so common ones, so that when you come through a site, you can be ready to kill the enemy when you come through the door. So for instance, your team is on the terrorist side, and you want to do a long push. So if you're the entry man, you want to be coming around this corner, and the first spot you want to be pre-aiming, making sure that they're not obviously there or there. The next spot you want to be looking at is the corner, because that is an incredibly common spot for people to sit. So you come through, if you have your crosshair placed there on his head at the pre-aim spot, you'll be easily getting kills when people aren't expecting it. And in the lower levels, when their reaction times maybe aren't as fast, and they maybe not be looking in the right spot, this is incredibly powerful, because if they're looking, say, here, because their crosshair placement isn't that great, and you come around the corner aimed right at their head, it's going to be an easy kill for you right off the start. So you come through long doors, get that kill. And I'm not going to be going through and showing you all the pre-aim spots on this map. I just want to give you an example of why pre-aiming is important and how it'll help you get kills and get onto the bomb site. So another common spot is people like to hide here at the car, and for whatever reason I can't get the bots to face the correct direction, so this guy's facing into the wall. Most of the times they'll be facing you, but the concept still stands. So you're coming up, like guys like to play here, you want to be aiming through the wall. Normally they're back deep in this corner, kind of like this, looking at, well, I can't get there because this guy's in the way, but they're sitting back there aiming out, looking at you. If you have a guy that's making sure that this guy doesn't peek you, you can come around the corner safely, pre-aiming the spot, well, in this case where the bot is, and get the kill pretty easily that way. Another thing you can do is, if you are coming from cat, another common spot is for people to sit right where this bot is, sit behind this box, maybe stand on this wall, pre-aiming you like this. So another good pre-aim spot is to come through here and aiming right where that guy's going to be. So you come around the corner and you're aiming about where it's going to be. Now, you don't need to get it perfectly. Obviously, getting perfectly is best, and practicing is going to be key to that. But as you see, I'm missing some shots. But when you're at the lower levels, getting it perfectly isn't going to happen. It's going to take a lot of time, and you're going to have to practice a lot. And that's what's important here. Going back to what I said in the first episode, practicing is going to be key. Now, playing DMs and practicing your pre-aiming, it might not be the most effective strategy. You might want to practice that in a casual server or in retake servers or in competitive, but it still stands. If you're playing DM, you can still come around corners and just be aiming at there every time you come through. Just try and aim there, even if it's a DM, there's not a guy there. Always practicing putting your aim and your crosshair there is going to be important. And then if you're coming up cat again, oftentimes there are guys that sit behind that box. You can come around, look in there, see him, get the headshot, just like that. So, like I said, I'm not going to go through and show you all the pre-aim spots. I just want to show you why it's important and why it's valuable to know the pre-aim spots and to practice getting that down. And so, for every map you play, like I said, there's gonna be pre-aim spots all over the map, and they're just important to know, because if you're entry fragging, or even if you're not and you're just trying to get into a bomb site, oh, I didn't know that guy would be there. Just pre-aiming through the wall is important. People will call hacks on you. It's not hacks, it's just knowing where the opponent's going to be. And it gets you kills quickly, gives them less of a chance to kill you, because inherently CTs have the advantage being in their spots. I'm not talking over the entire game. CGs don't have the advantage, but being able to hide back in their spots on their headshot positions, getting wide open views on you, they have the advantage. Being able to pre-aim them and have a good idea of where they're going to be and getting those kills quickly is going to swing the tide back in your favor in these situations. And it's just something important you want to learn, and something that would benefit you greatly. So to practice this, like I said, casual servers or competitive would probably be the best. Even if you go into like the community competitive and like play the retake servers or play the competitive in there, that would be helpful as well. DMs, maybe not so helpful, but it is always good to, even if you're playing a DM, just to pre-aim the spot as you're walking by, because the more you do it, the more muscle memory you'll gather, and the better you'll be at it the next time you go into a competitive server and need to get that kill. So again, this was pre-aiming and crosshair placement. They kind of go hand in hand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Again, I'm sure there's videos out there for all the different pre-aim spots on maps. I'm not going to show you. I just wanted to tell you the importance of pre-aiming and sort of how to get it down and how to practice it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Improving at CSGO, and I hope you learned something new today. I will see you in the next episode. Again, not sure what it's going to be, but as soon as it comes out, you guys will be the first to know. I will see you in that episode. I am out. Peace.